welcome to my channel. My name is Ibiro Chile. I hope you are all doing well and I hope you're all doing fine. We're still in a pandemic. I hope nobody is traveling. But that does not mean that we won't all be back on planes soon. I was once asked how I planned my West Africa tour. That's what I like to call it. My Deti December West Africa tour. This past December, I went to Egypt, then went to Nigeria, then Ghana, then Togo, then Benin, then Burkina Faso, then Morocco. Oh my goodness. How did I do that? Wow. This was actually the first time that I wrote down on paper, write it down on a tablet and make it plain, that I wrote down on a paper what I would be doing, what dates I would be doing them, what I'm gonna be buying, how much I'm gonna be spending, blah, blah, blah. If you're interested so that you can know how much you would possibly be spending if you were to ever travel anywhere in Africa, you could also use this for regular travel. It does not just have to be for the continent of Africa. So if you're interested in that, let's get right on into it. All right, y'all, so here is my handy dandy iPad. I don't know if you can see it because, yeah. Anyway, I have favorited these 4 pages. And on the 4 pages, I have the different countries actually listed out, what I'm gonna be doing, the time I'm gonna be doing them, blah, blah, blah. But before I get to that continent, I need to know, like, things about it, right? I need to know about the country that I'm going to. So how did I do that? I Googled. I typed it on Google. I looked up on TripAdvisor. I looked on YouTube. Because I'm familiar with Ghana, I'm familiar with Nigeria. I'm not familiar with Egypt. I'm not familiar with Morocco and the likes. So I was looking for tours because tours are safe. I was looking for YouTube videos to know where other people have gone. That was reasonably priced. That was in the center of the city. I did all of that. I did my research first. And after doing my research, I then compiled it into one place, my iPad. So I'm just gonna like read to you exactly what that is. So I literally have a page titled costs. I made a budget. So I said clothing budget, $400, activity budget, $500, accommodation, didn't write a budget because I'm sorry, I'm not about to be pinching pennies when I need to stay in a foreign place. I don't want to see roaches. I don't want the water to be brown. I want there to be stable power. Like there are things that I want, so I'm not about to be pinching pennies. Sorry. Now, if you do have to pinch pennies, let me not use the term pinch pennies because everybody's financial situation is different, right? If you do have to be more money conscious, which everybody should be anyway, then what you should do is type in the location you're going to, and then you put, of course, from cheapest to most expensive. Then you also put from highest to lowest ratings. Like you're gonna check all of these at the same time. And then you're also going to look at the distance from the airport. Because remember, if it's very far from the airport, that means you're spending more money on a cab to get there or whatever the transportation may be, because not all hotels, resorts have transportation from the airport. So now you have to factor in, is that cab to the hotel I'm going to plus the actual cost of accommodation, is it going to be the same, the more or less than if I was to get the little more expensive place? Do you understand what I'm saying? So put all these factors in, and what I would do is get somewhere that's not far from the airport because I'm not walking, I'm not looking for a cab. Sorry. And this is not about being bougie, right? This is about remembering that I'm alone, that I'm in a foreign country, and that I most likely will not be able to get help. You have to think of it like that. And when you put that into perspective, then it'll be, the way you'll decide where you're staying is a lot different from if you're thinking, well, I could save $2, right? So there's that. See, now, with all of that said though, I'm saving money on my flight. I don't care if, what's the lowest class flight you could be in? Because there's first class, there's business class, there's flex, economy. I don't think there's anything past economy. But if you have to put me, God forbid, by the bathroom, which I hope you wouldn't, then I'm gonna stay by the bathroom and save $200 because then I could use that $200 towards my accommodation. This is all about checks and balances, if that term is even appropriate for the situation, but you get what I mean. So I wrote down what my budgets were. So I have a budget for clothing, I have a budget for activities, I don't have a budget for accommodation, and then I also wrote what I need, right? I wrote it in red just so that I will not forget. I wrote what I need, and then I now wrote what I have to do, like a checklist. So I'm gonna need let's make this up because these are not real things. I need a bathing suit. I need a book bag. You write these things down, you look for quality that does not cost that much money. That exists. Do not be fooled. Expensive does not equate to quality, right? It does not equal quality. You can have a quality bag for a decent price. It's possible. So you write down what I need. Now, after you've gotten what you need, you put check marks next to that. And after that, you have a to-do list. So I needed to call Air Egypt. I needed to call Afrogenic because I was gonna meet her up in Lagos. I needed to call Alfred, who was the tailor that I was gonna go to. I needed to take my headphones because I like to edit videos, loads of videos on planes. For some reason, it's soothing because I don't sleep on a plane. So why not edit? If I'm gonna be up all like the whole time for the 18 hours, let me just edit. So let me get my own headphones. Blah, 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 blah. Now I will now start writing the price. I spent $65.64 in Southwold. I spent $28.80 at Icon Swim. And don't just write the cost of the shopping that you are doing beforehand. What do I mean? So now if you're getting stuff made in that country and you know the price, write it down. This is different from like activity price. So for example, if I was getting a dress made in Ghana, that would cost me the equivalent of 50 American dollars. I wrote that price down. So now I add that up, right? And so my total that I spent for my clothing budget, out of my clothing budget, was $297.48. Of course, there's some things that I returned because not everything fits. And that's another thing too. I like to buy my clothes in a way bigger size than I am because I don't have time to be returning before I go. So I might either buy it in two sizes, like a small and a medium, or I might just buy it big if it's coming from China and then have it taken in whenever I get to said country. This way, I'm not crying that I don't have my clothes, or I'm not crying that they don't fit. It's better to have them big and take it in than to not have clothes at all. So then you also have your activity budget. You write that down. If Ghana, I wrote down the price of Afro Nation. Wow, Afro Chocolate was only $18? Boom, boom. Write down the prices of your activities. Hopefully they don't surpass your budget for activity. And guess what? It didn't. I'm looking at the numbers now. Accommodation as well. And you write all of this down. And then you add up that number and you just put it to the side. I like to do that because I want to know that I'm not spending a crazy amount of money, you know? All right? We are not Dangote yet. Neither have we reached Bill Gates level. So we got to be really careful on how we spend our money, especially because there could be emergencies when you get to said country and the amount of money that you had on you or that you thought you were going to be able to spend might not be enough. Thankfully, that's never happened to me. For the sake of in case, try to spend below your budget. All right, so we can leave our cost page now. So then I go to the page where the different countries that I'm going to, that page. So Egypt was the first country that I went to. It was actually a layover. For that, I wrote layover next to Egypt, so I don't think that it's gonna be like an actual trip. I wrote down the time that I landed and the time that I'm going to take off. I write the time of my flight. I'm not writing the time that I'm getting out of the airport or I'm getting to, no, because I need to know that if I'm landing 12:05, that I'm most likely not gonna get out of the airport until 1:45, 2 o'clock, just in case I want to plan a tour, or if I need to get into my hotel by 3 p.m. You know, I need to know these things. If I write 8:30 is my flight, that means that I need to be at the airport at 6:30. I know there are some people who like to be there 3 hours before. I'm sorry, I'm not sleeping at the airport with you. My father will have an anxiety attack if he hears that because he must be there 3 hours minimum before. That's not me. I know that I'm not traveling with overweight bags. I know that I can run if I need to. I can gauge for, depending on the country, how long security is gonna be even on a bad day. things like that. So 2 hours is more than enough for me. And if my flight has the check-in online option, I am most definitely doing that. I don't like standing around. That's not for me. So I'm checking in online, and we're already cutting out at minimum 15 minutes. Every minute counts. Let's remember that every minute counts, because if you are just a minute late to the counter, they're not gonna accept you, right, to get on your flight. So that's how you know every minute counts. All right, so I booked a day tour. I wrote the number of the day tour down. I wrote the exact name of the day tour. I wrote the price. I wrote the name of the agent that I spoke to, the product code, the transfer fee. Okay, you need to know, do you need a visa for this country or not? I am a US citizen, so for most countries, I do not need a visa, right? But with the recent political relations we've had with different countries, we're starting to need them a lot more. I can definitely tell you about my Turkey experience another day. So Egypt, I needed a visa. I got the visa and I wrote down the date. Visa approved 12/5/19, December 5th, 2019. Write this down. Oh, and the visa actually wasn't expensive either. See, this is why you have to know how to do things on your own. Because if you did it through a third party, like through some agent, it would have cost about, I don't want to say a crazy price, but I know it was definitely in the hundreds. Whereas I got it for $25. And then I spoke to one of my Egyptian friends. He was like, yo, you should have told me I could have got it for you for free. And I was like, dang. But you know, don't always pinch pennies. Do not always pinch pennies, because you never know. Like, he could speak Arabic if, in case they say, just saying this is not a real visa or something, and he can get himself out of that. I can only speak English. So yeah, that's what I had for Egypt. And the next country I'm just gonna go through is Nigeria, because it becomes redundant, right, if I just keep going through each country. So I wrote Niger, and then I wrote that I'm gonna be there from 12/20 to 12/26, which is December 20th to December 26th. And I literally write out the dates. Can you see that? So write 20th, 21st, 22nd, blah, blah, blah. So 21st is day 2. I needed to get my nails done at Abigail's Nail Palace. I needed to go to Wash and Go to get my hair done. I needed to go to well, I didn't need to, but these are where I was going. These are the places I was going. IJGB Fest at Aqua Pool. Landmark Towers cost $5K. Stella at Terraculture. See? And y'all like, well, if you're Nigerian, you're like, how on earth did you get to all these places? Let me tell you something. My name is Ibiranka. Okay. For the nail place, I took Keke Napep, which is like a tricycle-like bike. If I could get a picture, I'll put it in, because I don't even know how to describe that. I took that, and then I walked. If my cousin watches this, he's gonna have a heart attack if he finds out that I did not take an Uber there. To go like to the island, I take an Uber. So where I stay is 15 minutes away. Like, I am so central in Lagos, Nigeria. It's amazing. So I get to the island in 15 minutes, and then I navigate in between there. So even if there's traffic, just because I have no problem walking, I have no problem taking keke. I would never take an Okada. I'm sorry, that I cannot do. Okada is a motorcycle. I'm not taking a motorcycle. I think they even banned them, so yay. No, I'm not getting on that. But like, these are ways that I am able to travel really quickly. Like, my friends be stuck in traffic, and I'm like, I'm already here. So then day 3, which is the 22nd, I went to church. I went to YTP's birthday brunch. I wrote the time of her birthday brunch so that I knew like how to get there. I wrote stay with. Like, these are the 3 major things I did. Me writing these 3 major things does not mean that I didn't do other things in the day. I might have branched out a burial. I might have gone out to eat. I might have stopped by the mall. Those are small things, but I write the major things down that I want to do so that I don't forget and that I can stay on a schedule. And okay, now, besides my schedule, I also write down the things that I want to do. For Nigeria was fix my shoes. So I had some shoes that I wanted to fix, and I got them fixed there. Take pink fascinator. So if you watch my birthday vlog, I had a pink fascinator that I just wanted reconstructed. So I took that. Ankara pants. Oh, okay, I wanted to get Ankara pants made. You see what I'm saying? So these are so that I would not forget what I wanted. And if you have an Instagram caption that you have in mind and you think you're gonna forget, write it down so that when you do upload your pictures, bam, it's gonna be there. So that's the basics for how I plan my solo travels, my trips, blah, blah, blah. At least my West Africa tour this past December/January. For Ghana, I literally wrote follow Chelsea's itinerary because homegirl, she typed up an Excel sheet, okay? Y'all think I'm a lot? Nah. Sister girl had an Excel sheet and I followed that. And of course, I still had to-dos in that country. Then I also had for Lome in Togo, like the hotel name, the times of the tour, if I was getting my hair done, the arrival, both the time and the day. Yeah, okay, and then like, so because remember I told you to do research before you get there. Next to Benin, Republic of Benin, I have an Instagram name of who I wanted to look at. I had a YouTube person. I also, for Instagram, it was Ayadeji A. For YouTube, it was Sassy Funke. And then I also wrote check out Wademaya just to see like what country he's gone to, just because I love Wademaya. He's essentially doing what I want to do. That's it, really. That's just how I navigated through West Africa this past December / January. There's not, I don't want to say there's not much to it because there is much to it, but there also isn't much to it if you organize. Get your ticket way in advance unless you're like me and can find a bomb ticket 2 weeks before, but I would not suggest that. Get your clothes ready in your house at least a week before and pack. Don't miss your flight. Have money on the side. Have more money than you think you're gonna need, even though I don't think you're gonna spend it. You know what I mean? I'm just always about better safe than sorry. Like I really don't spend that much money when I travel, but I'm just always like, you never know. But also don't keep a lot of cash on you. That's not safe anywhere. Anyway, I think I've spoken a lot. I hope that this was very helpful for you. If you have any questions, please do ask me in the comment section below because I might have forgotten some stuff that I do. So yeah, ask me the questions below. I'm here to answer. I hope this was detailed enough for you. Thank you for watching. I remain your girl, Ibironkel to Chile. Remain blessed.